I haven't always been this way. It's happened very recently. Actually, since I hit menopause, my size and shape has drastically changed. I've been a person that even though I was born a large size, I think I was like 7.5 pounds, which good sized baby, but I've always been considered chubby in my family or the fat kid in school. So I was always aware of being a fat person, and my weight has gone up and down over the years, but all throughout junior high I actually would go for weeks without eating anything. Tried that again later in adulthood, juice fast. I think I've been on like almost every diet that there is, and so my weight has gone up and down, and then I decided, I would eat as healthy as I could and exercise also as much as I could. For a long time, I've really tried to incorporate lots of exercise. I've been an exercise maniac. Always made me feel good, get my endorphins running, help me with my weight. And I've always figured that I would eventually be able to get the weight off with lots of healthy eating and exercise. So that's been my mainstay in my adulthood. And, I loved aerobics and started teaching dance aerobics and aqua aerobics, and love to work out in the water and still do, and I love to dance. And I can't wait until I find a way that I can walk again so that I can dance again and go hiking again. Two things happened in the last 2 years and actually I've been only really disabilitated very greatly for the last year. But 2 years ago, two things happened in my life at the same time. One thing is that I hit menopause, and that has been the most drastic change for me. That's when everything just went bam, and I couldn't believe the increase in the size of my legs. The other thing that happened for me at the same time 2 years ago was that I had a loved one get sick in the hospital, and at the same time my mother called me to say that my brother had died suddenly of a heart attack, and 3 weeks later my mother told me that she was dying. And within a month my brother died, my mother died, and another family member became disabled and bedridden, and I had so much emotional things going on at one time with my family, but at the same time with menopause hitting at the exact same time. I think it was devastating between the stress and the hormonal changes. I don't really know. I just know that since then, my body has had lots of increase in size and swelling. I decided that I would go on a very strict eating plan about a year ago and exercise program and document every single day. And when I realized that after 2 months' time, my thighs had increased 3 inches in size, when really I should have been losing at a rate of about 1/2 pound a day, maybe even more. I was staying the same weight after 2 months of doing everything right, and my thighs had gone up 3 inches, and I was absolutely devastated, in tears, in disbelief. And then I looked up big fat legs on the internet, and I'd never heard the word lipedema before, never knew about lymphedema, and had the symptoms of both. And so I was self-diagnosed, gave that information to my little small town primary care nurse practitioner, who sent me to a specialist then up in Portland, Oregon, and he confirmed that I had both advanced stages of lipedema and the lymphedema as a secondary characteristic. So since then, I've tried every single remedy, treatment, conservative treatment that I've heard about or read about, and I have not been successful with those treatments. In fact, in the last year, after those 3 inches I gained on each of my thighs, I've gained about another 12 inches on my thighs. And so my thighs, while doing everything to reduce my weight, reduce my size, have treatment for lipedema and lymphedema, my legs have swollen over 15 inches each. in size in just a little over a year. I am still completely freaked out that my legs are this size. When I see pictures of my legs, I am shocked, horrified, mortified. I cannot believe these are my legs. These are not the legs that I deserve. It's disfiguring. They are deformed. It's so painful. I don't think people have any idea of how painful it is to have lipedema or lymphedema, or how debilitating this illness is. So I've come here to Germany for surgery with Dr. Stutz, and I'm going to have starting out with a series of 3 surgeries. The goal is that I'll be able to walk again, because in the last year I've become more and more mobility impaired as my legs have had this sudden increase in size. I have not been able to walk due to the size of my legs, but also because of the pain that it's caused. The pain in my knees, the pain in my ankles, the pain in my feet. But of course, the pain that comes along with lymphedema can be other parts of my body too. But the immobility has been so debilitating that I can no longer work or, take care of myself or take care of my family or take care of, have any sense of a normal life. He did my first surgery so far, and I've just passed the 2 weeks after my first surgery, and I'll have my second surgery in another 2 weeks. And what he told me upon meeting me in person is that I was the worst case, meaning the most advanced case of lipedema that he has ever seen in his practice. It's amazing. I never thought that I would be a person who would be having surgery for anything. Actually, at 50 years old, I had never been hospitalized, not even one day in my life. And I had hoped that I would never need to be. And of course, this surgery is done on an outpatient basis that Dr. Stutz does. But I am fascinated with the whole surgery process. And, I have a lot of confidence that this was the right method for me, that this could help me to really save my life and get my health back. I'm fighting for my life. I'm fighting with everything I've got. I'm using all of my resources, my talent, muster up all my strength. Each day is difficult. This surgery is not like a quick fix. This is not weight loss surgery. It's not weight loss surgery in any shape or form. I think a lot of people in America think that I'm going to come back and I'm going to be skinny now. And what they don't realize is that this surgery is to remove the diseased fat cells and hopes that I'll have my metabolism improved so that I can begin to lose weight like a normal person. I wish that I hadn't taken on blaming myself for being fat. And I didn't seek help sooner because I always thought it was my fault. And even when I knew that my body was not responding to any kind of calorie reduction or any kind of elimination diet or any kind of intense activity that I was doing, I still somehow thought that I could fix it or change it. And I wished I would have known sooner. I wished I could have stopped blaming myself earlier. I wished I could have said there must be something obviously wrong. So for me, I look for that spiritual reason. What's the spiritual purpose? How can I use this to help other people? And that's what I've come up with so far. The gift is in helping other people. The gift is in sharing my story. The gift is in leaving a legacy. Since I don't have children, I want to make the world a better place, and I want to leave a legacy, a lasting legacy. How can I make the planet a better place? How can I do something good here? Do some lasting good here while I'm here in the short time that I have. So I hope that sharing my story will help someone else, and that that'll be my legacy.